I'm going to teach y'all the basics of iMovie in this particular video and how to import video into iMovie. Okay, so I have iMovie down here in my dock. If you don't have it there, you can bring your fingers together and you'll see it there in your dashboard. I'm just going to click mine open from right there. Okay, and here you can see I have my iPhoto library selected. From your iPhoto library, that's where you're going to draw most of your videos from if you took them with the digital cameras that y'all used in my class. Okay, so most of y'all will see this huge icons with the videos that y'all have taken. I'm going to select the one I want, double click it. Now I'm going to have to create an event into the iMovie library. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to click on an event that's already existing and go to new event. Then I'm going to call this one Maddie 2. Okay. And then go to my iPhoto library, take the video I want, double click it, click and drag to that particular event. Alright. Okay, so there I have it. Right there, Maddie 2, the little video I want. Now say I want to go back for more, that's fine. I can just click and drag, do the same thing. So now you can see I have both videos in that particular event. Now, if I want to create a video, I'll go up here to create, click movie. There's a number of different themes you can choose. You can press play to watch them, but I don't want that theme. Okay, I'm going to go back to no theme, double click it, name this one practice 2. Okay, you can name it whatever you want. Just remember, you want it to be under the event you just created. You don't want it to be under any other event if it's not related to this particular video that you're making. Okay, so if you're making this video for Digital 1, then keep it under the Digital 1 event. If you're making this video for a biology class, keep it under the event you have for biology. Try to keep everything organized so you don't have scattered items all across your iMovie. Okay, so here I have my blank event. Here I have my raw footage. Okay, and this is my browser pane or my event pane. Here's my library pane, my content library. Okay, and the library pane is where you're gonna see your events. You're gonna see your iPhoto library, all the events that you've created so far, all the projects you've created so far, and this is where you're gonna click and drag your events from and select them. Okay, and you can tell which one you're working on by this little icon right here. Now the content library is where you're going to select your transitions and your titles, your maps and sounds, iTunes sound effects, GarageBand, where you can add all of that. Okay, right now I just want you to know how to import a clip, a piece of footage into your project timeline, and you can do that simply by clicking and dragging across however much you want to take. So say I only want to take this much before the camera goes blurry and out, before she walks out. Now I can click this plus sign, I can select E, the letter E, or I can just click and drag it down to the project timeline, but I really like using E. Okay, and it enters it into your project timeline, as you can see. Now the same thing goes to transitions. If you want to add a transition at the very beginning, so I'll say I use a spin out one right here, I'm going to add it right there. And this is your transition icon. As easily as you entered it, you can just select it and erase it. Okay? And the same commands work in iMovie as they work in Illustrator and in Photoshop. Command Z is what you use to undo an action. So here I have my transition. Now I want to add a title at the beginning, so I'm going to select enter title here. Okay, click and drag it. Now I can actually see this in my viewer pane. I can change the title, I can change the font, I can change the size of the font. And so I'm just going to title this Intro to iMovie by Miss Renteria. Okay. So there I have it. I'm going to select this little plus sign to add it, to make it happen. I can click and drag my cursor in my project timeline to the beginning, or I can just select my backslash key below the delete key on my keyboard. And there I have it. And it'll play just like that. Now if I want to keep my volume, that's fine. You'll see the volume adjustment down here. You can adjust it, make it louder, or you can make it muted just by bringing it downward. Or you can just lower it if you just want it to be very discreetly in the background. Okay, so I'm just going to lower mine completely. Okay, and don't forget this is your viewer pane. And in your viewer pane, you'll see all of your adjust options. And you can adjust your video and your clip that you're working on in your project timeline by clicking adjust right above the viewer pane. Remember, you can crop it. You can create the Ken Burns effect. You can stabilize shaky video. You can slow or speed up a clip. You can add filters. And we'll talk more about these in depth in a later video. Oh, sorry. Okay. But for right now, this is basically what you'll need to know to begin your project. Remember that in iMovie, you don't have to save anything. iMovie automatically saves everything. Just remember where you keep your events. Remember what you title your events and your projects so that you don't lose it by your own fault. That's why it's important to keep everything organized. Okay, so in the next movie, we'll learn more about all the editing effects that you can do here in iMovie.